A few last flames and debris are all that's left of flight MH17. Wreckage of the Malaysian airliner is strewn over several miles in the east of Ukraine. People here can barely believe what they are seeing. White ribbons mark where the bodies were found.
I heard two bangs. At the first bang, I thought that it was shelling, because there is always bombarding near us here. I thought it was as usual the Ukrainian army, but after the second, I realised that it was closer. I went out and saw a plane falling right on top of me. I thought that it was going to fall on my house.
Witnesses describe seeing pieces of the Boeing 777 falling out of the sky, which would appear to support one theory that it was shot down. Pro-Russian separatists who control the area deny government claims that they mistook the plane for a Ukrainian military aircraft.
Today, the whole world had seen the real face of the aggressor. Shooting down a civilian aircraft is an act of the international terrorism targeted against the entire world. This is a wake-up call for the whole world, and we expected for an adequate response from the international community.
Ukraine claims this is audio of an intercepted conversation between two Russian military officers and proof of their neighbours' involvement. It's 100% sure that it's a civilian plane, one of the Russian officials says. His colleague asks if any type of weaponry was found. Absolutely nothing is the response. Russian President Vladimir Putin pointed the finger of blame straight back in the other direction.
The state over which territory it happened is responsible for this terrible tragedy. I've already given certain instructions to the military departments that they need to provide all necessary assistance in the investigation of this crime. And I also asked the government of the Russian Federation to do everything for a thorough investigation of this event.
More than half of the 298 people killed are believed to be Dutch. Outside their embassy in Kiev, they left flowers and lit candles for the dead. The government claims separatists have access to this surface-to-air missile system in the area. Questions are now being asked as to why the Boeing 777 was ever allowed to fly over the conflict zone. In Kuala Lumpur, families of those who were on their flight made their way to the airport, desperate for any information.
We must, and we will, find out precisely what happened to this flight. No stone will be left unturned.
This woman, her child and her husband were due to travel on that same flight. They were told there were not enough seats and never made it on.
I'm just thinking that I feel like I've been given a second chance, and so hopefully that we'll get there safely and we'll see my family again.
So far, both sides are blaming each other. Both will attempt to use this for their own purposes. This human tragedy could have huge political consequences. Katie Stallard, Sky News, Moscow.